So, here we go.
He was filled with childish frustrations and complexes. The police are searching for James Thomas, believed to...
Hello. You're listening to Midnight Movie Gang. It is currently 8:33 p.m. Night Movie Gang, Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. This is episode 96. Episode 100's real coming. We're jumbling around with some ideas of what to do for 100. We got to do something special.
We will. Don't worry. We'll figure something out.
We'll hunt down. We'll make our own. Ooh, wait. We could design our own slasher. That could be fun.
Ooh.
Maybe have like a slasher, like design our horror movies like monster or slasher. That could be cool. Something. we'll spitball. But yeah, so this is episode 96. For those of you just tuning in, this is a show where we talk about horror, sci-fi, cult classics, like the lesser known movies of this. I'm gonna try my best to really not like let my bias with, especially just this first movie in particular. The later movies, I'll be able to easier tear apart. But this first one in particular is just like kind of the core of like what you could say inspired this podcast, or like whenever I think about like the vibe of like if someone's like the kind of movies that I love talking about, Tremors is like that. Like it is like the core of like this, and it has all of the hallmarks of it too, which we'll talk about just as far as like even beyond the movie itself, just it's how it spun. Like it was kind of a box office like not flop, but it underperformed. And
it still got a sequel.
It had
listen in Hollywood,
and its biggest legacy. It really got big in the rental market and like in physical media. Like this is one of those movies that have always like been like a big thing as far as like has circulated through physical media. Yeah. Like as far as like I actually bought the for this review, and I should have grabbed them. They're in the other room, but I'll show you screenshots of it. Arrow Video, which is for those of you if you're physical media heads, Arrow Video is like a big boutique Blu-ray label out there. Has these special edition 4K remasters they did.
Ooh.
And I've had the first one for a while.
Does it look nice?
Yeah. You've seen this one. I've had this first one for a while.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen this. I have this one.
That cover is awesome.
And they did one last year for Tremors 2, and I recently bought. It's in the other room, but I bought the Tremors 2 one for this episode. Yeah. And it's a new 4K restoration. Sick. And they redid all the stuff. And they look pretty cool. They look really cool together. Yeah, I really dig the artwork they picked for it. For those of you who tune in, look up Tremors Arrow Video. But yeah, so as far as like everything that like I kind of like want to exemplify in terms of like the nerdy shit that I love about movies, and like the what I want movies in terms of how movies are remembered and talked about. Like, this is one of those movies where it's like this movie is remembered by so many people.
Yeah.
In the sense, like, it is, I think it's like the biggest cult, as big as you can get a cult movie to be, as far as, especially this first one. It's funny how like it just becomes more and more obscure as you get into sequels, because this movie has spawned.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything past 2 at this point.
This movie spawned 6 direct-to-video sequels.
Are we watching all 6?
We're watching the first 4. I actually have a story about.
Is it 4 in theater and then 6 direct to video after that?
No, it's the first one. The first one is the only one that was released that had a proper theatrical release.
Damn, that's interesting.
2 barely. It got screened in a few theaters, but 2 actually they released the physical. They released it on DVD and theatrically at the same time, and the theatrical run was like really small for him. And then every other following one was a direct to video. Which funnily, it's funny how like this experience has really shown, like, it reminded me what direct to video really means. Almost like it's a really forgotten era, like, because direct to video doesn't happen anymore.
No,
like, we're not gonna.
Well, I mean, there's like direct to streaming, I guess.
No, but like not a direct to video like sequel. I guess direct to streaming sequels. The only example I can think of in the modern era, the streaming era, if you want to call it, is Knives Out.
Yeah,
and
that doesn't count.
Well, that's the only example I could think of.
Yeah,
but
no.
The little quick story I want to just say, as far as like the ones after 4. So there's a big gap between 4 and 5 in terms of like how long they took to redo it. Like I think
Okay.
4 came out in 2003 and Tremors 5 came out in like 2017 or something.
Oh God.
And
I bet it sucks.
so I had only seen up to Tremors 4 before a few days ago. And I was like, you know what? I need because I own all of them. I own all the movies in a big box set, including 5 through 7. And I'm like, you know what? They're gonna be bad, but just so, like, I call myself a Tremors fan.
I need to have seen them.
I need to have seen them. And I watched 5, and it was bad, but it was enjoyable. Like there were things
Okay.
like spoiler alert, Bert is the center of all these like franchise.
Yeah,
Like
you can kind of see that happening in just in these two.
Yeah, it becomes the Bert show. Bert is still Bert in 5, and like also the premise of 5 is just Tremors but in Africa.
Okay.
That
Are
is-
we watching these for the show?
I don't think we should because let me get it. 5 I found some enjoyment from.
Okay.
And
Not worth it though.
I started watching 6, I couldn't finish it.
Damn.
6 made me question. I thought about canceling not just this episode but the show, man.
Damn, dude.
I was like, I was halfway through Tremors 6.
Made you fucking question your faith.
It's like, are movies dumb? I was like, is this? Do I like what's going on? Like, it really made me like. It did make me question everything. That's how bad Tremors 6. Which it's Tremors 6, A Cold Day in Hell. It's the snow. It's Tremors, but snow. It's Tremors, but snow Tremors. And then Tremors 7 is called Tremors Shrieker Island. That one came out in 2020.
That's a horrible title.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah, I couldn't get to those. I think we should just do the original 4 because as far as like the original 4 is the original production. It's the same, like basically there's like 3 producer, director, writers that are kind of like at the core of the making of these movies. Brent Maddock, S.S. Wilson, and what's the name of the guy who directed the first movie is where the fuck is it? But yeah, those 2. Oh, and Ron Underwood. These 3 fuckers here are like they kind of all kind of swapped out of the director's seat in and out
I see.
a few times for the original 4, and then it's a completely different production team from 5 through 7. Like and the vibe is very different. Like
Damn.
to those. So I would like to
Trying to milk a cash cow that was never actually all that profitable to begin with.
Yeah. But yeah, so 2004 to 2015 was Tremors 4 through 5. And what's it called? So yeah, the original 4 are the ones I grew up with, and it's also like I can't really recommend 5 and beyond, even though
Brutal.
I don't think we'll have much to talk about if we do
Yeah.
5 through 7, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think we're
It might not be worth the time investment to sit and watch
yeah.
those quote unquote movies.
Yeah. But no, they're a real wreck. But let's get started talking about the first Tremors. Go through the movies.
The best Tremors.
The best Tremors, because they literally just only get worse.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? So we watched Tremor. You had seen it before we watched it a few months ago, right?
Yeah, well, for the Tremors 1, I've watched that like growing up. That was like one of the movies in regular. It's because it was on TV all the time.
Yeah, they syndicated the fuck out of it. It was like
Yeah.
Monster Night on Spike or like Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi.
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel big time.
Yeah, I've seen Tremors a million goddamn times in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I had thought that I had never seen Tremors 2, but then like as it went on,
It was like
I was
wait.
like, so I must have seen it at some point in the past, and I've just completely deleted that memory. But I had seen Tremors 2 before watching it for this. But I'll talk about that more when we get to Tremors 2. It was very surreal.
It'd be really funny is when we watch 3 and 4. Is the same thing gonna happen? I've seen these 2.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I thought, like as
you
like,
would have sworn to like death that like you had not seen Tremors. 2
yeah,
before
yeah, like
watching
Tremors
it.
2 felt like as it went on, it kind of felt like I had watched it in like a dream,
You,
and
it's
I was like recalling a dream where I'd seen these scenes.
It's like fucking Paul McCartney writing yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
Tremors 2 got incepted through your brain.
Exactly. But Tremors 1, I'm very familiar with. I've always watched me some Tremors 1.
Yeah. And we watched it together a few months, and another core.
We watched it in the Train Spotting house right before you left.
Right before I moved, the apartment was like there was no furniture. We were sitting on blankets and pillows on the floor, watching it on like a tiny shitty TV that I didn't use anymore, under like the whitest fucking hospital ass apartment bulb.
Yeah.
But it was a great time.
It was a good time.
Definitely not the way that like. I think this is a good movie. If you got a good sound, especially you got a good subwoofer. These movies got good bass. Got a lot of bass is important.
They do.
The subs really add to the horror, and it's also just in my opinion, at least these first two have a lot of good visuals going on too. But we'll get into that.
And some really bad visuals.
Some really bad visuals. And oh boy, don't think that if you go through the franchise, I think I know which ones you're talking about. The CG. But yeah, so you grown up. So yeah, we that was fun. I don't remember the first time I watched this movie. I know for a fact that it was my when I think about like my around the first time watching it. I distinctly remember. I don't know if it was one summer, but like when I was really young, there was my parents and I. We went to this hotel, like kind of cabin beachside hotel thing in Cape Cod for like a few years, and for a vacation. And I remember at least one of those years, or maybe it was two, there was like a monster movie marathon of like weird monster movies, and like I remember watching Evolution and Tremors as far as like, you know, my first memories of like, and it really, I can very distinctly remember being in this hotel, seeing the ocean in the background, and like we're watching Tremors on this shitty it was a shitty little TV that was like up in the corner of the ceiling was how I watched it. And like that's my core.
That's a good way to watch Tremors, though.
on a shitty little TV. That's true. It's an ultimate VHS. It's a great all these hit on VHS.
Yeah. The music is VHS as fuck.
Yeah. 100%. This is like the most blockbuster core franchise. The only one I have 1 through 3 on VHS. 4 is the last one released on VHS. So if anybody finds if anybody out there has Tremors 4: The Legend Begins on VHS,
is that really what it's called?
Yeah.
Tremors 4: The Legend Begins.
Because it's the prequel one. It's the Old West one.
What?
Yeah.
It's an Old West.
Yeah, I told you about it.
I kind of want to watch that one.
A lot of people say we'll get. This is about Tremors 1 and 2, Joe. We'll have our 3 and 4 episodes.
I'm just saying, I want to watch an Old West Tremors movie.
That is what 4 is. It is literally.
Hell yeah.
Well,
I bet it sucks.
I told you. So the actor that plays Bert plays Bert's like great grandpa. Yeah,
it already sucks. I haven't even watched it yet.
Michael Gross is the actor's name, which we'll be talking about Bert a lot.
He's on an episode of Tim and Eric, and that's how I know his name.
Michael Gross. He's gross.
This is Gross. This is Michael Gross.
I always remembered his name because it ends with Gross. Actually, sorry, I have to do just one more. Like, this might be a lot of these, but like, I've got a lot of very specific, weird little childhood memories of Tremors, like all these movies. I don't remember the VHS. No, I know. I do. It was on The Mummy Returns. Because I got reminded of this recently because I was actually had the Mummy Returns on my, because like I'll throw on sometime in the kitchen. I have my little VCR CRT, and also when I'm cooking I'll just throw on a movie on there. And I was watching the Mummy Returns on my little VCR, and it had the credits, the trailers. I distinctly remember watching and memorizing the trailer for Tremors 3.
Memorizing it, huh?
Well, just like there's and Michael Gross is like, he's the main character of Tremors 3, and like he's all in, like there are certain lines in there. I guess I should have saved this story for our Tremors 3 episode, but like I just distinctly I hadn't sat down and watched the movie thoroughly, but I remember that trailer so vividly from the Mummy's Returns VHS.
Hell yeah.
So it's just those weird kind of
they happen. There's like you just memorize some weird thing.
exactly, and it's a thing where it's like you don't got that with
It's a little
streaming.
kid.
As
Yeah.
far as like
I don't know if kids get that at all now.
They
like,
don't.
You know, yeah.
There's
They
not
they might memorize like a Disney movie or something,
Yeah.
but like
all of the media that we grew up with had all this like connective this
Yeah.
like shit, like physical shit, like like we can like walk around our house and find our VHS as Uncle Buck. I'm holding up Uncle
exactly.
whatever. And,
Where the fuck is my Uncle Buck tape?
and just like having physical things is like gives you access to memories,
Yeah.
that like kids today aren't gonna be nostalgic for like scrolling through Netflix, looking
No.
through the movies that are similar to.
Looking through their endless catalog of content.
Yeah, that isn't even theirs. That is
You
like
never really need to rewatch anything.
they're paying to access to. Oh, which speaking of streaming service, I'm sorry. Folks at home, I'm sorry if this just seems like a tangent type situation. There's just like
It's fine.
it's a lot to discuss. That's what you're here for, I guess. Alien Earth has finished. Last night was the season finale.
Oh, I haven't watched a single episode
you
yet.
haven't watched any of it yet?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna message Harvey and ask if he wants. Because folks at home, the plan was to do an Alien Earth episode, but I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. And I you know what?
Well, I'll start watching it like tomorrow.
I also don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I do think it's worth a watch for you to watch.
Okay.
And I do think it's gonna go by. It's 8 episodes. They're each under an hour. And honestly, as far as like, how'd I put it? Now I know that you haven't seen it now, so it's like all I'm gonna say is that I think it could have just been a movie. I don't think.
Okay.
I think you could have taken.
That's a bummer.
I think that you could have taken the same story and had the same arcs and just make it like honestly a movie. There definitely some filler. There's definitely filler they could have fucking cut out.
Yeah, there usually is.
Because I think there's a solid Alien movie about what that has like an interesting thing about like robot kids in there, but like there is just a lot of like nonsense and people talking in rooms. There's too much people talking in rooms because like the premise of the show.
That's what happens when you make a TV show and you don't have infinite budget for every episode.
Yeah.
I remember that was my experience watching Hell on Wheels. I remember thinking that was when I first realized that I disliked AMC. Was I watched Hell on Wheels and I was like, God damn, this sure is a lot of just like two people get into a room and then they just talk at each other. Mm-hmm. It's just it's a cheap way of making a show.
Yeah.
And if you're not, Vince Gilligan or whatever, it doesn't work usually.
Period. Yeah. It's just the thing. This is not the Alien Earth episode, which like I think maybe we could pair it with something. I'll ask Harvey if he's been watching it and like we'll see. He did say he would want to be on that when the show started. I can
burn through it real quick.
Yeah. But so back to Tremors. We'll just kind of start along. Just go through some scenes. So yeah, the movie opens up with a pretty shot of the desert. Val, played by Kevin Bacon. Valentine Val McKee is taking a piss over the canyon. And his partner in crime, his hetero life mate.
What is going on with these guys?
We never established. I mean, they're best friends. They could be lovers.
Yeah, I was saying. I always say when I watch this movie would be better if they were just a gay couple.
In A24's Tremors, they're definitely a gay couple. But Val and Earl are both handymen that like live together, do everything together. They're handymen that do work around Perfection Valley, which these hopefully the like they're getting enough work because this town's population is fucking 14 people.
Yeah.
And how often are you going to need some handymen to come, do shit? But they're out in the desert, and this first scene where it's just some dialogue between them that we get introduced to these characters, and there's some good like efficient storytelling here going on, and like you learn a good amount about kind of their relationship and like how they are with each other, like what's it called? Like I love the little bit where like they're each looking for when they both wake up. Earl's looking for the cigarettes and Val's looking for the lighter, and they each have like what the other one needs. Showing like, oh, they need each other as a symbiotic.
Just let them be gay, dude.
Just let them be gay.
Honestly.
And and
they kind of like it. Honestly,
they act like a married couple for sure.
Yeah, and like later on when Valentine's like talking about like she will have blonde hair, long like beautiful boot, like
yeah.
Earl's like, you don't want a girl unless she fits like this super specific criteria. And I, for one, can't imagine being with a woman. I hate women.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're so close to just being gay.
Yeah, they might as well. If it wasn't, yeah, most of the times they might as well. We definitely need the gay reboot of Tremors,
yes,
for sure. Needs to
agree.
A24's Tremor, make it happen. Jacob Elordi as Val, or Timothy Chalamet as Val, and like, and Armie Hammer as Earl, and then it's just
hell yeah,
call me by your worm.
It's a cursed alternate title.
Yeah. So yeah, like you was just at the scene, we quickly are kind of just going through meeting the characters. We meet Rhonda out in the desert, who, yeah, like you said, like Val has this whole like list of like all these things he looks for in women. He's supposed to be this womanizer, and then we meet Rhonda.
Val sees this woman with like Hollywood good looks, and he's like, ugh.
This very attractive woman who just
she's got sunscreen on her nose.
She's got sunscreen on her nose, and she's
not blonde,
and she's an intellectual. She's from academia. Or well, she's a grad student, actually, specifically.
He doesn't like her.
Yeah, he's really doesn't seem that interested. Earl's trying to be nice. We get a little bit of the which I like a lot of the humor when it's like Rhonda says something scientific and the townspeople are like, "What?"
Yeah.
But yeah, where do they come from?
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of I love just small town America, middle of nowhere story.
Population 14.
Yeah, and just like the rural as rural comes, away from these city slickers. But what's it called? But yeah, Rhonda, and we get introduced to the first kind of thing. Or if you go into this movie not knowing about the creatures, which this would have been fun.
It's a very good slow reveal of these monsters.
We get these like little hints.
I remember watching this for the first time as a little kid and being like, whoa, so it's about these like little tiny worms? Whoa, it's actually about one big worm.
Yeah, the double fake out reveal later with the creature is really, really good.
It's sick.
Yeah, it's very well done. And also the creatures. So this movie we can talk about now as far as like, you know, this was pretty much the last like major film. I say major, like, but like the last kind of movie that really creature feature kind of movie that really only implored practical effects. Like there's no CG in this movie whatsoever. Like everything you see, it's all real. It's puppets. It's animatronics.
Unlike the sequel.
Unlike the sequels and the sequels that follow, this movie came out right before January 19th, 1990. So Jurassic Park is 2 or 3 years later, and everything. And that's really like why you see them. Like the biggest reason. I mean, one, cheapness, but also just like you see this big shift towards CGI in these movies because like, you know, everyone's like, well, hey, Jurassic Park was Jurassic Park, so we can do it.
Like, what about like the shots, like the POV of the graboids going through the dirt? Is that CGI?
Nope. So it's actually pretty simple. They just what's it called? They buried a camera in they buried a camera in like a big trash bin full of dirt, and then they pulled the camera out. And then they pulled the camera out, lens facing down, coming out of the dirt, and they played the footage backwards.
That's fucking awesome.
To make it look, so shit like that. That's like old school Hollywood. Fucking like
it works. It's a really unique look too.
That's that James Cameron ass ingenuity right there. Like, you know, so it's like it makes it look like you're digging through the dirt when really you're being pulled out. And like all the POVs, like all the just like, it's a really smart creature in that like, you know, you can really save your best shots of it for like when you want to reveal it.
It's usually invisible.
It's usually invisible. Usually it's just like a big, usually it's just like a dirt, you know, like a dirt mound moving.
Usually it's just like a thing on a string being pulled just under the surface of the dirt.
But it's like it's really effective as far as because if you saw that shit in real life, you'd be like, oh, fuck, you know.
Yeah, they're scary.
A lot of people talk about like as far as inspirations go, Jaws. Definitely, it's sand Jaws.
Yeah, it is.
To a certain extent. I've heard Cowboy and Shai-Hulud, Cowboy Dune.
It's an interesting, because I've only seen the two, but it's an interesting series in that like you still really don't know where these things came from.
No.
Like it's like hinted or like what these things even are.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're either alien, but probably not, or they're they're like some kind of ancient creature that for some reason is just showing up again now. You just never get a solid like concrete explanation.
When I was a kid, I like super agreed with Earl, and that like it's definitely got to be aliens.
Nah, these ain't local boys.
These ain't local boys. Earl has a lot of the best lines in this movie.
Earl's great.
And
in this movie.
Oh, but not so much in two.
Nah, he's fine.
Yeah. But no, yeah, Earl. All the characters in this first movie are like I think really memorable and fun.
Yeah.
Like even down to like Melvin being a little shit and everyone hating on him.
God, that kid sucks.
Chang, I fucking love Chang. Like
Chang.
His first
he names them.
He names them. He names the graboids. Or like I love. There's even just so many like little character like lines that I think about like when the first time we see Earl and Chang actually, and once again more of this kind of efficient storytelling where you really just get to learn what these kind of people are. Like the first time we come into Chang's store, which is really like kind of the main. There aren't really a whole lot of indoor locations.
No,
to this movie.
That's pretty much it actually. And like the bunker.
By the way, it's a little fun fact. They did in fact make the town.
Sweet.
But is not visitable anymore. But it would have been so fucking cool if I had to pick a movie set to walking through Perfection. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, they had to tear down at least one of those buildings.
Yeah, that's true. But like before they did. But anyway, but yeah, we first go into Chang's, and we're skipping all around here. We first go into Chang's, and we also the first time we meet Earl, and Earl's complaining about the bullets that Chang ordered. For him, it's like these are hollow points, but they're not Hydroshock bullet points. And then Chang just like, I'm sorry, I thought bullets were bullets. Just automatically you see like right off the bat, like how Earl is like,
he's like this crazy.
Bert is so specific.
Yeah, or Bert's. He's like this gun nut. And he's got a wife who's absolutely perfect for him, who he fumbles by the next movie.
Yeah, who fucking like Reba fucking drops his ass.
Yeah, Reba, the two biggest names in this movie, not in the second movie.
No, they're just like they're on the bigger better thing. Specifically with Tremors 2, Kevin Bacon actually did want to come back, but he was signed on to Apollo 13.
Oh, interesting.
So like
that's actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like that's the main reason, and that was just like you couldn't pass up that gig. You're working with Tom Hanks and.
Well, yeah, no. Just as a career move.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, because
would have been cool because he's great in this.
Yeah, no, he's great in this. Funnily enough, Kevin Bacon historically he talks about in the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray and just like in general, just like in the world. Kevin Bacon talks about like having a blast making this movie, but he said that like it did almost ruin my career because I got paid shit for it. Even like as far as like he got like a bad deal as far as like he didn't really get a big cut of the physical sales.
Damn.
And like
his name's on all the fucking promotional shit, like his and his alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, because he's Footloose at this point.
Yeah.
I think he was more known as like a teen star coming to be. But what's it called? Yeah. So we get introduced to Chang's Market, Melvin, Nancy, and Nancy and Mindy.
Stupid little girl and her stupid mom.
Stupid girl with her stupid pogo stick. Yep. Fun fact: we mentioned Jurassic Park. That's Ariana Richards, who's Lex from Jurassic Park. She's
I never recognized her.
Computer girl. Yeah, no, it all comes together. And she comes
a hacker.
Yeah, she's a hacker. I'm a hacker. I'm just thinking, what if you like swapped the? I feel like the Tremors crew would be able to survive Jurassic Park easier than the Jurassic Park crew in the Tremors world.
Yeah,
changed my mind.
Yeah, the Jurassic Park crew would get eaten like instantly.
Yeah, what's it called? Bert would survive anything.
Bert would fucking kill a T-Rex.
Yeah,
like first day.
But yeah, Bert. Honestly, almost any. As far as like, if I'm ever in any kind of survival, like monster, zombie, like situation, if you could like draft pick your squad to be with.
Yeah.
During the apocalypse, Bert is at the top of the list.
Yeah.
But anywho,
crazy anti-government gun. Basically, Bert and his wife are just Dale Gribble.
Yeah.
But actually competent.
Pretty much. Yeah, but actually smart people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we introduced the characters and then my music stopped. I want my tunes back.
No.
Why is it so quiet? Oh, it's just a quiet intro to this song. What was I saying? I want to talk about. So right now, the main thing going in the plot right now is that Earl and and Val are they're frustrated with their like work positions, and they wanna get all their shit and move up to Bixby.
Yeah. They have this conversation where they're like, well, don't act like it's me who's keeping us here. Yeah. And they're both like, wait, I was just staying because I thought you wanted to live here. And it's like, how is that not a gay couple?
Yeah, pretty much. They just argue about like
staying here just because this guy you think probably would want to stay.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not gonna go without you.
Yeah. They live in trailer park houses right next to each other.
They live in a trailer, and they're like, we're leaving permanently, and we're not going to bring the trailer for some reason.
Yeah.
We're just going to be in our truck, I guess.
We're just going to drive up to Bixby and find some real work, some real employment.
Yeah. They're making like $50 a day. Like,
yeah.
well, no, like not even. They're making like $15 a day. They sell the graboid tongue for $15.
Yeah, that's also a great exchange. The whole and there's a lot of good. I feel like not just jokes, but there's a lot of good like plot points that are brought up that we get like resolution on. Like it's a very satisfyingly written like arcs in here. Like even that joke where it's like. They have their whole bit where they're trying to they sell the monster parts. We're just skipping all over where they sell the monster parts to Chang, and for $15, and then later on when they get the whole worm, and Earl's like, "I'll tell you what, Chang ain't getting his greasiness on it for no $15."
$15.
You know.
No, I don't think it's important to like stick super close to the plot with this movie because honestly, like it's such a mechanical plot. Yeah, like, what is this movie like trying to say aside from like, isn't this fun? Isn't this a fun idea?
I feel like as the movies go on, we're gonna kind of. I think the major theme that kind of comes up as the movies go on is it becomes very just anti-government. like as far as just like its main politics go. Like the government,
it's alien, but instead of corporations, it's the government
a little bit because we get into actually. Tremors 2 even starts the thing. The idea of let's get one alive to study it is not an idea that goes away.
Well, that would be the case if Bert's going to be the main character.
Yeah.
Because half of his lines are about how he's anti-government.
Yeah. It centers around Bert, not just in like it becomes his values pretty much. But anyway, so it's as far as like themes, it is just trying to do. I guess you could say the theme is like I don't know, like it's good to be friendly to your neighbors. I don't know, it's good to have community.
Whatever.
Or just I don't know. I think in the basic lesson, like something that like at the core,
outsmart that worm! Exclamation point.
Just something at the core of like this movie and about a lot of movies like it is like I like seeing normal human beings overcome like normal people that you don't really necessarily like. There aren't a whole lot of movies I think like in a big dramatic world like about just people who live in middle of nowhere places like this, and I like the idea of like seeing normal people overcome super normal obstacles, supernatural obstacles. So it's like just thinking about like if I'm like because I didn't grow up super small town, but like growing up in Vermont is a little bit like like we're out here being scrappy. I don't know. There's an element of that like very anti like pro nature, anti city like element to these kind of movies that like something that's I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing takes place out in the country. Yeah,
just like this connection to nature thing. Like I don't know, it's very at the core of it for me. But anywho, what was I talking about? That thing coming back, and then also just like. Earl's always talking about plans. Plan. We got to have a plan. I remember when we were watching.
You're here on Monday. I'm already thinking about Wednesday.
It is Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These they're so funny. But or I could watch a whole movie of just watching Earl and Val just bicker.
Yeah.
For sure. They're
part like a road trip or something.
Part of it's the writing, part of it's the delivery, because Val has some pretty like quotable. I mean, what the hell is going on? Like the voices, like they're like this movie is good to have on in the background too, because like the voices are so distinct. Like everybody,
yeah, they are.
All
the characters are great.
Yeah. But just as far as talking about, there's a lot of. I just want to maybe talk about some of the cool. Scenes. I really like the scene where the doctor and his wife get eaten in the car. I think that's a pretty good suspense.
That scene is like, it's like a complete non sequitur. Like if you cut that scene, for the most part, aside from like Val and Earl finding them later, just to be like another weird thing. Like you could cut that scene out, and the movie would be exactly the same, just minus one. So
One
like
kill.
it's like almost like a short film. Like we're introduced to these characters. They have a cute little conversation about what they're doing out there. They're building a house.
Yeah. Well, we
And
meet
then-
these characters earlier when they find because the first body they find is was Edgar Deems,
Oh right.
and they bring him to the doctor's place.
Oh, he's the doctor.
Yeah, that is him.
I didn't see. Like I said, honestly, like
I thought you said you've seen this movie a bunch of times.
I've never put together that was the same guy. So
I don't think we meet his wife in the earlier scene. I think we meet
No.
just him.
So yeah, these guys, they're just building a house, and then they die in like a really horrifying way.
Yeah.
Like it turns into a horror movie for this one scene.
The graboid tongues like being all slick on the windows. I remember creeping me out as a kid.
Yeah, watching her watch her husband get just pulled under the earth, and he's like screaming and crying.
Yeah.
And she's horrified, and she runs away. And then she just has this like moment of just like sad panic in the car before she's also like the whole car's just eaten by the ground.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
It's a great scene. It's really fucked up. It's one of the more.
It
It's
is.
kind of the most straight up horror
Yeah.
moment of this movie, for sure. Just like straight up, just scary bit.
Yeah, it feels like it might have been added in to add to the stakes or something like that.
Yeah, just to add a little bit of.
Because like
scares.
neither of the main characters are there, and like both of the characters in this scene die. So
Yeah. Yeah, so we get it. Basically, the first kind of third of this movie is Val and Earl kind of running across all these weird deaths and weird occurrences. Talking about the car, the scene right after that car, or when Earl and Val discover the car, my phone notifications are on. The buried car. They're riding horses, which once again, just a lot of Western imagery going on. Like definitely like the Western monster movie. They're riding on their horses to big speed, talking about like, we just keep riding, go through the whole night, don't stop. That's right. And then the horses get spooked, and then they get eaten by graboids, R.I.P. horses. And this is when we see the first full creature, and like the full creature design is great. It's a great design monster.
it's a scary looking worm.
I like its like weird beak, like
Yeah,
tri-beak
it looks
thing.
thoroughly alien. Like it doesn't really look like anything else.
No.
It looks like you could compare these movies to like Alien or something like that, but the alien still looks somewhat like humanoid.
Yeah.
A graboid, like you could only compare it to like a worm with like a weird bony crocodile head.
Yeah,
like
it's very insectoid, I think.
yeah, that too. Yeah, it looks kind of insectoid.
Especially as I think other variants of further evolutions of this creature borrow more insect features as we get along. But yeah, no, it's especially I was thinking about like the texture of its skin, like when the last scene when we see it like, can you fly, you sucker? Like when it's going, like you see like the pattern of its skin is kind of like in this like almost cocoon like layer looking thing, which actually makes sense as far as like where they go. So we just keep dropping these hints about Tremors 2, huh? Just like about like
Really, it was foreshadowed from day one.
Yep. They're kicking themselves like, why didn't we call the first movie Tremor? That way we could just call the second.
God, we really fucked up.
Yeah, like that way we could do the James Cameron thing. Do the.
They saw him do that and they were like,
Fuck.
yeah.
Why did we think of that? Yeah. So we get the creature. We get a fun little chase. And we get it smacks its head against because they go into what's that thing called? Is it a reservoir? Is it a
I don't know, like a valley, like
there's some weird little water catch
gulch,
like concrete thing that they jump into, and the
culvert.
And the graboid just fucking slams its head against it like a fucking bird against a grocery store window.
Because they're just dumb animals at the end of the day. They're smart in the way that like a dog can be smart. Mm-hmm. But that they're really just big bugs.
Yeah, that follow like a certain set of rules. Big carnivorous bugs. They hit it and they run into Rhonda out there. They inspect the graboid further, and even then, like I like it. I really like this bit in terms of like the kind of the believability of the practical effects. Because like one, we're spending a lot of time looking at this thing in broad daylight, but it's dead and it's oozing, you know.
Yeah, and they made a big thing for the movie.
Yeah, like and then
like it's on like they filmed it. It's like an actual thing made of real materials, so it looks good.
That they covered in dirt and shit.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
one thing though I always thought, even when I was a little kid, I was like, Val didn't fucking dig that because he like digs it up.
No, yeah,
he didn't just do that himself.
That's insane. That's an insane amount of work.
He must have been so fast. But yeah, no. So we get the funny exchange we were talking about. Just like, you got that right. Oh, and then I like them also. They're finished like when they're talking about how they're gonna get it. Like, okay, we got to get with lifting straps. Yeah, we don't want to winch you. Don't want to winch you. Tear it all up.
That's like the whole movie after this point is just them discussing their thoughts on what's going on and the logistics of what they're gonna do next.
Yeah.
Like with different emotional and like different levels of anger, essentially.
Yeah. Also, as the situation gets more and more desperate too, because this next section they go back to the town. And we kind of touch base with our characters, and then I guess this middle portion is just shit hitting the fan. Is like basically as the graboids get to town.
Yep.
Act 2 is pretty much graboids come to town. And
they go up to that stupid little girl with her stupid pogo stick.
With her pogo stick, Mindy should have gotten. They definitely should have let him get Melvin.
Yeah,
sure.
They should have.
I've always been a big fan of it's just like a simple shot, like of Melvin dribbling the basketball. And once again, they show him the basketball all the time, and then when he dribbles it down, it doesn't come back up. You know, it's like, I don't know, did the graboid grab it? Was he like?
Yeah, the graboid jumped over his head and grabbed the ball.
Yeah. But no. So they start attacking the town. We need to get Finn Carter out of her pants. So
it's very important.
It's really important that we get her out of her pants,
guys. They're not gay. There's a girl right there.
See, yeah. I will say that we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it for sure. I want to make this statement now before we go further. I want you to know this going into Tremors 2. The romantic plot in Tremors 2 is fucking a million times better.
A million
than the one in this one.
Oh my god! The girl in the second movie is the most charismatic character in the whole thing.
What's her name even?
I don't remember.
her and Earl Fred Ward had fucking great chemistry.
Yep.
And
it's
also,
not just because they showed them looking at each other's cans.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there was a whole scene dedicated to that. Also, something I didn't realize, like, especially as I was a kid, like that actress, I don't know her name yet. Like, she's a beautiful woman, and it's a thing where it's like, I know I'm getting older because when I was rewatching this the other day, I'm like, I never really found her attractive before, but you know what?
That's interesting. Yeah, no, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's an older woman, and it's funny. It's like, it's interesting that like you don't see that many examples of like they picking like not like a super. She's not ancient, but like not picking like a
over 20s woman.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's like, this person seems actually age appropriate for Earl.
Yeah.
It's just like a weird like you don't really see that much. But yeah, so we'll get to that. But yeah, so Rhonda and Kevin Bacon, they just don't really have chemistry.
They're just kind of get together because they're the guy and the girl. Like it feels very obligatory.
And like there are these little scenes where it's more awkward than anything. Like this actually, there are a few little intimate scenes. Like one is like when he gives her his jacket when they're stuck on the rock.
Yeah.
Later on when he's tending to her wounds or whatever. They play some like little there's like a little romantic music motif. They have over their little moments like the same little like string thing. Which I've been paying more attention to music and film and the use of it. But just like they play that little motif whenever there's a little scene like that. But like if you take that away, it doesn't necessarily feel romantic. It's more just like, I'm just
like relying on each other.
I'm just tending to your wounds. Like it doesn't really like
we're in a survival situation.
There isn't anything about the performance that I felt like was flirty. You know?
No. Yeah, they just didn't really have any chemistry at all. Yeah. And like honestly, we don't need a romance in this movie.
No, you already have one with Earl and Val.
That's the one we needed.
Yeah,
we didn't get it.
Nope. A24's Tremors just doesn't have Rhonda. Maybe they have a threesome with Rhonda. I don't know. And that's
probably
that's the Tremors porno. Sexers. I don't know. There's got to be about the thunder from down under.
The shakes.
But anyway, so we get one of my favorite kills in the movie around this part when they're trying to stay quiet now they know they're in town, and the ice machine goes off, which Another thing they call like that. It was earlier in the movie. They're like, "Oh, it's broken. When are you gonna fix that?" You know,
Yep.
Chang.
Now, it goes off again, and then the fucking thing bursts through the floor.
And which is a great like as far as like one of my favorite uses of like the Chang set being the only like real indoor space we have, and before this point in the movie was really a place of safety. You know, like everyone's comfortable. Like now the worms are here.
They're fucking up the town.
Bust through the floor. Chang gets eaten. Very a la Jaws. It's a pretty drawn out, fucking terrible death.
Yeah, the people who get eaten in these movies die. Like it's horror. Like it turns into like actual horror.
It's a real Lovecrafty, and it's one of those things where it's like it's the same. I wish we just did. So me and my high school buddy Kwawi, who I think we have to have Kwawi on with us because I think you two get along. He's a really I like recording with him. We did a Nope episode. Because we've been watching the Jordan Peele movies, and I really wish we did like a double feature with Tremors because there's as far as like similarities go in terms of like the same kind of lessons and like the way the characters support each other and stuff. It's really similar.
They're similar movies.
But in that case, it's the sky. In this case, it's the ground. Anyway, but no. The reason I was thinking like the creature eating people in Nope. And this movie is also terrifying. I think is the core I was connecting.
Yeah.
But anywho, everybody gets up on the roof. We're in the roof part of the movie. We're hanging out on the roof for a while, and they try to figure out what's going on. There's a couple of plans. Now is when we get the best scene in the video. Would be the best level of the video game of Tremors.
Yeah.
When Bert and Heather have been out for a while hunting for the creatures. They've been, but they couldn't find anything. And they get back to their house and they're in their basement and they're doing what's the bullet machine thing?
Oh, I think it's like a loading thing. Like I think it's for loading magazines.
It's for loading, yeah. But
like it like shakes them into like a track where they're lined up correctly, and then they just slide into the magazine, I think.
Interesting.
But, yeah, it like rattles them around like a big track.
Interesting, but
because I used to work in a factory, and there was a thing for nails that worked exactly the same way. There's like a spiral incline, and the shaking just kind of keeps them moving until they settle into like that spot.
Interesting.
But anyway, that thing shakes and it draws out the
the worms are like, oh boy, dinner bell. And we get just a really fun scene where basically the graboid fucking smashes its way through. There's a really good cut. They're talking over the radio at Earl while this is all going on. The tension.
They're like the worms are coming. You gotta get out of there. And they don't say a word to each other. They're just immediately like, nope. Start reloading.
Exactly. Immediately, Bert and Heather give each other this look like, okay, it's time to war. We
get to fucking kill something now.
Yeah. No. Honestly, this whole Earl. Even when Earl is complaining in these movies about like not being properly he's having the time of his fucking life.
He loves this shit.
He's just like
He finally gets to do something with his guns.
Test my survival.
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
He's just the mainest character.
It's these guys who make being prepared for a survival situation their entire life.
If Bert had
this guy actually gets to do it, so he's having a great time.
Bert's TikTok after the shitty outside of the shitty political TikToks, like his Bert's survival TikToks would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like he'd be teaching you how to cook snakes and shit in the wild or something.
You know where he was on Jan 6 though.
Well, okay. Not to wax political too much. Court and I have talked a lot about my opinion on Bert. I think Bert voted Trump the first time.
Yeah.
He abstained the second time, and then he voted Kamala the third time.
Well, I think
he was a Trump voter first time who got buyer's remorse afterwards.
Okay. Well, I think this movie was just written in a time before this kind of guy was as malicious as we know him to be now. Like he was just like a funny kind of goofy kind of guy you would know.
100%. Yeah, this is a character that it exists in a different paradigm in the 90s for sure.
Yeah,
a different kind of moral spectrum.
He comes with different baggage. Yeah,
exactly, and that's also part of too why Tremors. So Tremors 5, when I said that Bert is still Bert, is that I meant that and that he still seems like. How about this? a conservative who isn't like a fucking like bootlicking conservative. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or I don't know exactly
he's
what.
Thoroughly anti-government.
Thoroughly like, and I feel like Bert very
He's
much
probably like a libertarian more than anything.
Libertarian, like he very much stays that way in Tremors 5. But honestly, Tremors 6, he starts saying some alt-right shit.
Oh,
like
God.
Bert gets a little QE.
Yeah.
in Tremors 6. A little bit.
That's so fucking weird.
Bert starts taking some red pills.
I mean, it's realistic, I guess.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. But anywho, yeah. So the graboid breaks through the wall, and I love just the reveal of the wall of guns.
Yeah,
showing that like this is
the
like
comedy pan over to the giant wall of hundreds of guns.
We're just gonna get it's just like like 3.5 minutes of just pure like gun porn where they're just pulling guns off the wall.
They just
shooting
keep
at the
blasting this fucking thing.
They're just like shooting like they're just gonna kill it with the Second Amendment. It reminded me a lot of because I rewatched Predator a few weeks ago at this point, and you know the scene in Predator when they just shoot at the jungle. Like when they think that like he unloads the minigun and then everybody else. That same kind of vibe where we're just going off on the like. It must have been a fun day to film because they
just start blasting.
There's a couple of shots here where it's like it's very clear there's like a rear projection superimposed thing, or like Bert standing in front of
when
the
they're in
graboid.
when they're in the same shot.
That although it definitely doesn't look good, it's still I don't know like it's cheesy and it fits the vibe.
Yeah, it's whatever.
But yeah, also like everything is going so fast that's like. But then yeah, Bert whips out the elephant gun with the biggest bullets.
Double rifle elephant gun.
Although the next movie he gets a bigger gun with bigger bullets.
My favorite shot of that movie.
Oh yeah. We'll get to it. But yeah, so they defeat that one. There's 2 graboids left. We let's see, set piece wise, the next set piece we get is they go get the bulldozer. They're gonna get the bulldozer, and they're gonna drag a big tank behind the bulldozer, and that's how they're gonna get everyone out of town. Earl and Val have a little tender moment where like which by the rock paper scissors is another
it's a recurring motif between both movies.
Yep, that comes back in a dumb way in the next one.
Yeah.
What's it called? Yeah, so they rock paper scissors, see who's gonna go get the cat. Earl wins and wants to go get it, and then Val punches him in the nuts. And also before he goes, he's like, "See you, shithead. See you, jerk off," or whatever. It's so
just get married already.
They tease each other so much, but they just love each other so much. It's so funny. But yeah, so Val goes and gets it. He almost gets eaten by a worm. And then what is it? Rhonda has a big brain scientist move. She unloads the water tower and water spills on the ground, and that makes the graboids.
It's just like puzzle solving.
Yeah.
Like it's like tension puzzle solving you're watching these characters do. Like there's
100%.
Like the only emotion is like fear and like
Tremors 1 the video game as a platformer.
Yeah, they're like they're just out. It's a puzzle platformer. They're just outsmarting this thing. Like this, it's brain over brawn.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just that when they talk, it's usually discussing how to like solve this puzzle with each other. It's very mechanical in that way. Yeah, it's fun.
They seem like they're all gonna get out for a minute. They take forever to go get Earl and here's this movie does a good job at I think keeping the tension up as far as like even when they succeed, there's still a threat. Like so, as they're getting people, as they're like collecting all of the townspeople of perfection. Every time they establish, every time they stop, the worms try to sink the bulldozer. So there is a thing where it's like they're not safe yet. They're not out of the water.
Right.
And I think this first movie does. It might just thinking about the rest of them, like it holds that tension the best as far as like it keeps that suspense up. Yeah. We have our big final confrontation, or at least the bulldozer gets the worms lay a trap. The bulldozer crashes.
They've got pipe bombs.
They got homemade pipe bombs that Bert and Heather made, which that would just get his TikTok banned. Yeah, they what's it called? There's funny, but I like the line where when Bert talks about like I'm gonna walk out there with it lit, boom. And
that's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. And I don't know what is Kevin Bacon's laugh after that. Just like to that idea.
Yeah, it's perfect because they were like just arguing like right before then.
It's also fun. Like this whole town is really written so well, and that you get the feeling that these characters have all known each other for years. Like they see each other every day. Like the way they all
not necessarily friends, but
but you know they're just like, hey, they're in each other's lives. You know, it's like it's almost like just like what's it called? Like they tease Bird a lot. So we get our final confrontation with the worm. And another thing, the last worm remaining is a worm that they gave a distinct characteristic.
It's true.
Which that's another monster movie thing. If you give like if there's a bunch of the same kind of monster and you give one like a scar or like a mark or whatever, that's the last one.
That's the big one. Yeah.
That's the final one.
Yeah.
And that's the case with this one, where they rip the tongue off this one. It throws the bomb. It throws the bomb back at them. And we get what we were saying earlier, like
eat this,
eat this. What's it called? We get our kind of full circle bookend kind of lesson where the movie starts with Val joking about a stampede. And they basically force the worm off the edge of the cliff, and it's
they confuse it with the boom.
They use the bomb to make it scared and run out the cliff. And can you fly, you sucker? Can you fly?
And then it falls, and all the fucking pumpkin soup goes spraying everywhere.
All the chili con queso.
Yeah, exactly. Just very satisfying ending to the last worm. You see it in broad daylight, just splatter on the fucking rocks.
It's a real good way to end it. Really going out with a bang.
Yeah, they are. That must have been fun to film, just throwing that big thing off a cliff.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like at a small scale too. They filmed it in slow motion.
Yeah,
I bet. So that and then we get our last little one I always found funny. Like, so we get a little. It's a few days later. And like things are good, and Earl and Val are replacing the wheels on the truck, and it's always like, Earl, we could be in People magazine.
People magazine.
Then Earl's like, hell, People, hell, National Geographic. I always love that one. Yeah, just their line delivery in this, their voices are just so great. Then we get our final little like Val kisses Rondo, which is a scene that originally
we'll never see either of them ever again.
Yep, and then neither of them come back. But their daughter is in Tremors, or the character's daughter is in Tremors 6.
That's stupid as hell.
It's really stupid, and it really doesn't matter. Her character is nothing like either. She's a scientist.
Yeah.
And she wears
lame as fuck.
She wears a cowboy hat in a few scenes. And that's it.
No, I'm actually good on those.
Yeah, 5 through 7. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go. 6 almost broke me. I only got halfway. Maybe I was just
6 almost makes you pull the plug on this whole project.
Like usually, I smoke weed and watch movies. I'm gonna have to drink and watch that one.
Yeah.
It almost made me just real bad. But that's Tremors 1. We keep talking about its praises as far as like this is like. It's the biggest cult classic movie. Like it's like the biggest movie that no one talks about but everyone remembers, you know?
Yeah.
Check it out. It's worth a rent.
You have to rent it like every fucking other movie in the world.
Yep. For physical media heads out there, the Arrow Video 4K restoration of this it's a fantastic disc. Not only does it look great, it also is full of a fuck ton of fun special features.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
That'll be fun for this movie.
Yeah, new made featurettes like both of these like are definitely like. I love how Arrow Video does a good job with making their extra like just they're edited fast and like just real good. Yeah. Criterion special features sometimes feel a little like college video, like college class video sometimes. So that's Tremors 1. Check it out, Joseph. You recommend it as well.
Yes, it's a classic. It's a fun monster movie. It's half a comedy, half horror, half adventure. It's just a fun like adventure monster movie.
Yeah.
It's a good time for like a Sunday afternoon or whatever.
Period. What's your prop?
I want the worm tongue that got stuck to the bottom of their car.
Good pick. That worm tongue. That's solid.
I already know what fucking prop you picked for the second movie, but I'm gonna see if I'm right. I'm not gonna say it until you say it.
For the second movie, there's two. There's two.
It's all gonna depend on if you let me go first.
That's all it's gonna matter.
What's your prop?
Damn, I don't want to say. I really like Earl and Val's truck. It's a cool truck. But
it's pretty cool.
I want like something. I want like a Chang's Market apron.
Okay.
like something like that where it's like a little like piece of set dressing because there's a lot of good little like.
Did you notice that Chang is painted over with like company on the sign?
I didn't notice that.
On Chang's, I think it's like Chang's Market, but Chang's is clearly painted over like a cleaned off company, so it used to be like a company town.
Interesting.
But apparently that's all dried up. It's like a little bit of storytelling about the town.
A little bit historical, yeah. Maybe that'll come back in Tremors 4. The legend begins.
Who knows? Does that take place in Perfection as well?
Yeah, no, it's Perfection, but like in the late 1800s.
It's a little bit lamer. It
It's
just
like,
keeps getting every detail I learn makes this movie a little lamer.
this movie, but I think I think that it's gonna be an alien resurrection all over again,
where it's like it circles around.
Yeah, I think that like the fact that you're gonna watch 3 then 4 is gonna make 4 better.
Yeah, that is why I liked Alien Resurrection so much, is because we led into it with 3, and 3 was such a slog to sit through.
You knew it could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't really picked my prop. Fuck. I thought I had one.
Chang's apron is what you said.
Chang's apron. I guess it might be easier to do. Oh wait, no. I know what I want. I want Rhonda's little tremor detector machine.
That thing's cool.
That thing old school. There's some good old school tech. I think 2 also has some good old school CRT. We get a real like the little like seismo monitor is a real aliens motion detector for sure. They borrow a lot more. We're starting to talk about Tremors 2. Yeah, so I'm gonna solid mine as a Chang's apron. That's my
okay.
There you go. Whether it's lame or not, fuck y'all.
Hey man, you want what you want.
Yeah, but Tremors 2 Aftershocks is a 1996
God
American.
Damn, that poster sucks. Holy shit!
Hard to top the first one.
Tremors 1 has one of the most memorable posters in anything, and it's ripping off Jaws, but it's still really good. Tremors 2 is ripping off the first one in like the worst possible way.
Yeah, they're all in the back of a truck. It's way more.
There's 3.
There's 3 creatures. That don't even look like
Horizon is much lower. It's very lame. It says the worms have turned, which means nothing to someone who hasn't seen this movie.
Exactly.
Turned?
Worms have turned. Yeah, let's see. In the film, Earl Bassett, returning from the first film, is hired to deal with subterranean graboid infestation. Okay, so before we start,
they try to do the first one again.
Yeah, but different. So yeah, you had said I want to hear a little bit more about your experience of like. So you thought you hadn't seen it, and as you were watching, it was like you realized you had.
It got to the point when I didn't remember shit about the first half of this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe I had just seen the second half when I was a kid or something.
Like it came on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like
Halfway
when I saw that these creatures had like heat vision, I was like, oh, that's kind of like that one movie where they spray the guy down with the fire extinguisher, and then he kind of has to like creep through. What the fuck was that? What was that fucking movie? And then I Google it, and it's just this.
What a strange viewing experience.
See what I mean? It felt like no, that was definitely something else. Maybe it was like robots or something. No, it was just this. So my brain just never put together, I guess, that was a Tremors movie that I was watching. So yeah, weird experience.
So yeah, Tremors 2 Aftershocks. The main fact I'll tell you about, like, so the first 3, I didn't see 4. They didn't play 4 that much on TV, but the first 3 I remember watching a good amount. And the thing with this one is that you're gonna find this was my little kid brain. When I was a little kid, I thought that this character that was the main character of this movie, Earl. I thought that it was Val because he had long hair, and my little autistic
that
kid.
That is a little kid thing.
Like I couldn't compute that. Like, well, no, but he has the long hair like the guy in the first movie.
That's the guy with the long hair.
So he didn't have long hair. He had short hair in the first movie. So, and then like I forget exactly what point it was. One day, like my ability to recognize faces and voices. I'm like, wait, that's Earl.
It all just snapped into place.
It just really put it together. So as far
Earl
as
looks very grizzled in this movie compared to the first one.
yeah, no, he's way more like life is kind of like shat on him as like we kind of find Earl in this. Which yeah, so how do I put it? This movie was a direct-to-video sequel. They knew it was going to be direct-to-videos for it, but they really were pushing for it to have a theatrical release. Based on like early responses were good. Good. Early test. They tested the movie early, and like people enjoyed this, and they thought that they could push for a theatrical release, and it ended up getting like basically a mini tiny one that was simultaneous to the video release. It's directed by one of the writers of the first film, S.S. Wilson. And yeah, basically, we'll just kind of get into like this.
It's the same thing but different.
It is the same thing but different. I don't know. I feel like as far as like they change up enough, so it's like this time, basically, this movie start like the first scene. We see a man in a
trailer.
not in a trailer.
Oh
It's
no, yeah.
on the pipes. There's a Mexican dude on some pipes that are anyway. He drops his keys, and there's a bunch of barrels in between him and his truck. Real video game vibes. And there's a graboid chasing after him, and we get this like opening kill. And as far as like here's the thing, he gets killed by this graboid, eaten by this graboid. The effect looks good. I think the biggest thing is like the music feels way more TV.
Yeah,
I think is the thing. Like it's
it feels cheaper.
The music is a lot cheesier. The cinematography I think feels a lot more TV. It's lit a lot more flatly than the first one.
You can tell the budget's lower for sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely is like they had less money. But I still think there are some. I think
there's
some
stuff I like here.
Yeah, there's some good visual like moments we'll get into later. But basically, yeah, we get reintroduced to Earl. And kind of like a funny bit where it's like we're seeing he's cowboy, he's trying to get an animal, taming this animal that we're seeing with the POV out of. Yeah. We're supposed to think it's a horse.
They play this joke for so long that at some point you're just like, all right, it's not a horse. What's the joke? Like, because they show him struggling with this thing with a lasso, and then he gets dragged behind it, but they never show the horse. So
yeah,
they kind of give up the ghost a little early just by stretching the joke too long.
Yeah,
and it's an ostrich.
And it's an ostrich, and apparently Earl, with the money, like he with whatever money he made from like being able to capitalize on the events of the first film, invested in these ostriches, and he's gonna have an ostrich.
You can't
farm.
Get him to fucking mate,
and he can't get him to mate, so he wasted his money. And
it's funny too. I like when he goes in his trailer, and you can see like he's got like ostrich farm based decorations all over the place. Like he's really into this ostrich farm, and he's got like these giant ostrich eggs like in a basket on his
I think
counter.
that somebody in Bigsby, maybe like Chang one day before he died told him like the money's in ostriches.
Yeah, there's always money in ostrich farming.
Yeah,
that's the future of protein right there.
Yeah. And he's kind of living miserable. He mentions Val real quick. They're like Val and Rhonda got married, so they broke up.
They're out of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
they broke up. They couldn't have a throuple. So
exactly. So Earl's all sad and on his own. But yeah, we get introduced to let's see, the much inferior sidekick. And
most annoying guy in the movie, everybody, he's here.
Yeah, he gets introduced to Mr. Ortega, who represents this mining company down in Mexico. And they basically be like, hey, there's graboids down there. You're one of the Tremors guys. These graboids are fucking shit up. Come to which.
This is a very dumb setup, by the way.
Because like they talk about like, oh, the Mexican army will give you whatever you need, and I'm just like,
why don't the Mexican army just come in and fucking kill these things?
Could they not just deal with it themselves?
It's not rocket science. All they do is like, like spoiler alert. All they really do is drive a remote control car around.
Yeah, like breezy killing
They just go out in their fucking truck, and it feels like the Mexican army's kind of cheaping out, or this oil refinery's kind of cheaping out, trying to get this guy.
Why are you outsourcing? Maybe like. Theory, maybe it is cheaper to outsource this. Maybe it's like, I don't know, like if the Mexican army try to send their own guys that have to like like I don't know, maybe they'd spend more resources than whatever they're paying. I mean,
Yeah.
they're paying $50,000 per graboid though. That's a good, especially in
And then,
'90s money.
100 for one alive.
That's a lot of money.
And like they make a really good point later of like you guys, and it kind of breaks the whole movie. Like they send these guys in to kill. They send this guy, and this other guy tags along, and he's just like cool with splitting the money for some reason.
Yeah, just immediately this man that he's never met before.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm a fan.
This man who's
I'm coming with you.
Got some kind of stalker vibes a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird. He's like a weird sycophant to Earl, and Earl's like likes that, I guess.
Yeah, or just like
but here's a creature that we as humanity know like nothing about, and apparently have just not done any research on since the first movie.
Yeah. They talk about the graboid science going on. They only had the dead graboids from the first movie.
But but now we know where there are more graboids, like regularly. Like this is to the point where it's like an infestation. There's no research that gets done on these things. They're literally just like, shit, got to go kill a bunch more of these things, whatever they are. I don't know.
The only excuse
they don't even do research on how to kill them. They just like, you killed him before, fuck it, go kill him.
The only thing I can think of as far as like what, I don't think they ever said anything that would insinuate this, but maybe the company is just trying to keep it quiet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like that's why they're not making a bigger deal about it, because like we're just trying to kind of get this under the rug that way. Because maybe they're thinking like, well, maybe somebody would come in and be like, hey, don't kill the graboids because we want to study them. You know what I mean? Versus like they just want to get back to making money.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
That's true.
It is.
They are an oil refinery.
That's pretty thin, but it's
you
like
can make so much fucking money off these things, though.
Yeah. It doesn't super matter. The point is like they're gonna pay Earl to come down and hunt graboids because he's done it before.
Yeah.
And he's gonna talk about how he's done it before and how it sucked the first time.
Yep.
Quite a bit.
He's so like Avery pointed this out. He's so reluctant. He requires so much coaxing to agree to do this thing. But like when it actually comes to killing these things, it's so easy. Like there's the whole first half of this movie has no tension whatsoever.
Nah.
They're just killing these fucking monsters left and right, and no one cares. Just making money out here.
It is just like pretty casual.
Yeah, it is.
And
this is the part of the movie that is vastly inferior to the first movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, for sure. It there just isn't, from the jump in Tremors 1, like we're building tension.
Yeah,
like we get like little creepy
alien versus aliens. Like they're
quite a bit. Yeah,
they're just blowing these things away.
It's more of like we're hanging out at this time. We're hanging out. We're driving around with the boys, blowing up graboids. It almost does seem fun. I remember as a kid, like definitely thinking like, oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's a that would be fun situation.
Driving the little RC, just like boop, $50,000.
Bert's there too.
Yeah, they eventually get Bert in there, which I like how they bring him back in.
He's divorced.
He said. So basically,
a man like that was doomed to be divorced at some point in his life.
Yeah. There's a little scene where Graboid is pulling their truck around because Grady's dumbass has this chain. There's a couple of like Grady's fucking dumbass jokes that like honestly kind of got me. Like
he doesn't know what rock paper scissors is.
He doesn't know. He's so stupid. He's like he is really just like a fucking
dumb sycophant. He's the adoring fan from Oblivion.
Yeah. Period. He's just like this Neanderthal.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? But like for example, there's a montage of them blowing up graboids, and during the montage there's one bit where they're eating lunch on a rock, and the boombox those the music on it gets eaten by graboids on the grass.
You left it on the ground.
You left it on the ground, and Grady's like, "Sorry, I forgot." And he's just such a fucking idiot. And he is just like some idiot that just happened to get there, huh?
Yeah, why is he there?
I don't know. I think Grady's one of those characters who like he's more funny to me than he's not.
Yeah.
Like I think him and Earl have just like kind of definitely nowhere near the chemistry of like Val and Earl as far as like the depth of like you feel that friendship. But I don't know. I feel like this guy and Earl just like have some funny little backs and forths, like a little bit like I don't know, maybe a just a classic duo of the old and the young, you know.
Yeah.
Also, I like how Grady is I also like how Grady calls Earl out on how thirsty he is over. We gotta learn this character's name. Hold up.
Chase Meridian.
What the fuck? Kate. That's why, because it's the most generic.
Oh yeah. Kate White.
Kate White. Doctor Kate.
Helen Shaver.
Helen Shaver. Shaver. I hardly. But yeah, how much? Because immediately, like as soon as Earl sees her, he's like, "Damn!" Like he's transfixed.
Yeah, they check each other out right off the bat.
Yeah, there's mutual interest. And like they're flirting, like when they're talking to each other, you know, and like, it definitely is like, it actually kind of makes sense too, as far as like there's some fan theories and shit on the internet about like Earl. Like some people read the first movies like Earl has a thing for Rhonda, and I guess it might kind of track as far as like, hey, if he's into scientists.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like looking at Valentine's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
yeah, but yeah, no. When Earl and Grady first drive out, Grady's like, "Hey, man, you shaved."
Yeah,
he's like, "Man, can shave, can he?"
Hey, by the way, my wife left me.
That's Bert.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they have this chase with the worm, the chain breaks, and then there's a bunch of worms, and they're like, "We need help." And yeah, they call.
We need help for some reason. We need to split this money with other people, I guess.
Yep.
Like it's really like it's not hard to avoid these things in this movie.
No, really not.
The graboids are the underpowered state of this monster.
100%. Well, it's just they're prepared this time. Like they know.
Yeah, we know what they are.
We have prep time now. We know their rules. Really, that's like what it is. Whereas, like, you know, we just get what fucked them up is that like some unknowns get thrown in.
They had to figure them out on the spot, but now it's like
some little chicken leg unknowns.
You stay on a rock and you snipe them from a distance.
Yeah. But what's it called? Where are we at this point? Oh yeah, so Bert. Bert is disheveled. Like his basement is kind of covered in trash and plates and shit.
His wife left him.
His wife left him. He's watching old war movies.
She's visiting her sister.
She's visiting her sister. She told me to send the HK-41.
That's how you know.
Yeah, but Bert is all disheveled, and you know, Earl's calling to be like, what kind of situation? I like the visually, just the buildup is like as they're having this conversation over the phone, like as we come back to Bert, we see more and more. We get a reveal that he has. Do you think they did it there? He has a big taxidermied graboid head.
It's fucking huge.
It's fucking
like
gigantic.
It takes up like most of the room,
most of the wall, and it's so Bert.
It is. It's perfect. I mean, I'd have that. Yeah. If I killed one.
That is one of the. That was the one I texted you twice as far as like I don't know. It's between this or this, prop wise. Like that is one of my.
Yeah.
One of the potential props because it's funny.
Yep. That was the one I was thinking of.
And I like the little music drop. It's like a graboid type situation. And there's a dramatic. And then there's a lot of good. Like they definitely know that like Bert was a lot of people's favorite character from the first movie because there's like a lot.
They give him a lot more attention in this one.
Yeah, like when he rolls in, they think that it's a graboid coming in because it's the truck is so big and full of fucking weaponry that it reads as a graboid. And Earl's like, nope, not a graboid, something more dangerous. And then I think that in the Tremors video game, Bert is the weapons seller guy. He's the what's the guns guy from Borderlands?
He's the contact for weapons dealing.
For arsenals for sure. Like Bert is your guy. He goes through like all of his new weapons, these super powerful rifles, and then he introduces his like big like anti-tank gun, bullets cast from solid bronze, based on a World War I anti-tank cartridge. And he's just so over the top, and he's like really just like. Yeah, he's
a cartoon character at this point.
Yeah, I think as far as like you know they never needed to make him more than this.
Yep.
Well, fine. As far as like I think that
just
like
an angry gun nut.
He's a fun side character that gets some more moments to shine in this one. But like yeah, they never should have really taken him. But yeah, I enjoy him in this movie. generally, just as far as like he was a fun character in the first one. I think they expand. I think that honestly, they develop his character interesting. Like you can see that like Heather leaving has affected him.
Yeah.
You know, and he talks about like how if you didn't get me out of the house, I was gonna go crazy. You know, like makes him feel more like a real guy. It's
pushed him a little closer to being nuts.
Oh yeah, that's true. It made him a little more mentally unstable because he is fucking insane. He's got his MREs and he's really obsessed with his MREs.
Yeah, he brings them up a lot.
Which plays in, which once again,
obvious foreshadowing.
I think this movie, like the first one, has some good, like, there are things they set up and we get payoff for like all of it as far as like, which makes sense just as far as like, it is the same creative team behind this one. Like it is.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same producer, same writers. You can feel it's still Tremors.
So yeah,
Tremors 5 is Tremors 5 is
the first half of this movie is funny enough, but it's definitely inferior to the first movie.
Yeah.
The second half, I'd say I liked having what felt like seeing it for the first time, but I know it wasn't. I had just as good a time with the second half of this movie as with the first movie.
Oh yeah, no, like once it
gets going, once the characters are in actual danger again, it's actually pretty fun.
There's a specific flip that happens, and it's a thing where it's like I really felt it too when I rewatched it the other night.
Yeah.
And it's well done too, because like the movie almost kind of lulls you into this false sense of like, everything's chill, we're hanging out, we're
killing worms movie.
We're being we're being dudes. Bert. I like Bert's little like military setup he has on the ground with his helmet. And he's like, 6 pounds of C4 may have been excessive. Just like we're having fun. But yeah, it really just starts when they find this sick graboid, which also effects wise, like this is one of the more impressive. Because here's the thing, I'd say like there is some shitty CG to come.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. But for the most, like I'd say like the split between CG and practical is like about 80-20.
Yeah, it's mostly practical still. It's back when CG was more expensive than practical.
Exactly. Like the CG that they have here that shows up later, it's I don't know, it's not the dominant. For the most part, it's still practical, and the shitty CG that's there is like we'll get to it when especially because it revolves around the new creature, which we haven't really talked about yet, which is
it's a little dick and balls with legs.
So it's a little nub head. It's a little it's a little face with a fleshy guy. But point is, they find this sick graboid.
Little dodo legs.
They find this sick graboid, and I like the scene where Earl and Grady are like trying to fuck with. Like Grady jumps over and smacks it. Like damn it, Grady. And like Earl, we just caught ourselves a live one.
Yep.
And then we get to this like night scene where like they're getting ready to go to bed or whatever. It's nighttime. Oh, they crashed their truck because they got scared by the so they crashed their truck and they're kind of stuck on this like cliffside boulder thing. Earl and Grady, and it's nighttime, and the sick graboid up on the hill starts making weird fucking noises.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like it's in pain. And
what's his name is like, don't you feel bad for it, Earl? And Earl's like, are you fucking stupid?
No.
No,
I do not even a little bit.
Yeah. Why would I feel bad for this thing?
Yeah, this fucking literal man-eating monster.
This worm that killed a lot of my friends.
Yeah. Fucking it fucked up my life and shit.
Yeah.
But this one worm. But what's it called? There's some good sound design here too. I think in general there's a lot of good sound design coming up too. But like the sound of like this worm dying, I think was really haunting. The music is a little creepier. Also, I think what's interesting as far as like the first movie didn't really have a lot of scenes at night. The only night scene in that first movie was like with the doctor and thing, but I really like this little night sequence we have where Earl and Grady don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
and
it's
like
pretty scary.
It's pretty spooky. Like they go up to the graboid and they see that its guts are all fucked
it
up.
Looks like it turned inside out. And this is when the movie like pulled me back in. I was like, wait a second,
what's going on?
Something's happening.
It's like whoa, like there's some unknown. Yeah, no, it's like it gets really.
We're back to like not knowing something.
Yeah, it gets really creepy really quick, and it's like a nice sudden turn. It did really kind of lock me in. I was like, oh shit, like it's fucking, we're going. I do think the slow build up in the first one is better, but this is certainly like
Well, the first one has the first half of the first one is like a mystery.
Yeah.
And the first half of this one is just guys hanging out, dude.
Yeah. And
this guy's chilling.
This mystery gets solved really quick. They see Pedro, which there's a couple of little side characters that aren't nearly as. There's a few. There's Pedro and there's Julio, who are just two guys that kind of work at the oil company, who are barely memorable.
Just murder fodder. You can tell. Like they're like I think as soon as they turned up, I was like that they're gonna die.
Red motherfuckers. Pedro, especially because Pedro don't speak English.
Yeah, that motherfucker's dead.
Pedro's truck rolls up like about a mile away, like maybe like quarter mile away from them, and it stops, and they decide to walk across country. There's a funny bit where they're like, man, like Grady's carrying all the guns and all the ammo and shit, and he's like, you gonna carry any of this stuff? And Earl's just got his little monitor. I got what I need. All the worms have disappeared too off the map. Yep. And a good, like, a pretty gory effect that always takes me off guard. We see Pedro's arms as I guess these motherfuckers ate him at the arms.
It is really gory too. Like it looks like an R-rated. Like it's very bloody.
Yeah, no, like it doesn't take which really all the movies in this franchise are PG-13.
Yeah.
The first movie was actually filmed as R, and they were kind of surprised that they
tell.
It was filmed as R, but they got a PG-13 from the studio. So like they're like, "Oh, sick." didn't help with the box office, but they were hoping. Anywho, yeah, they find these arms. It's real spooky. They're like, it's a whole new ball game. It's a whole new
ball game. This is a whole new ball game.
Fucking Grady's like, don't you know what to do? He's like, I don't know shit. Yeah, no, Earl's freaking out. It's a proper, like, there's a panic. It's a scary bit. And then they're trying to hotwire a car, and then we get introduced to our new creature. It's coming around the corner. It's like
got a horrible name.
Fucking up the floorboard. They're like, oh, this thing is huge. Like it must be. And then when it comes around, it's
like a little dick dildo.
It's a little. It's like a chicken bird worm thing.
Dodo with a beak, with a big beak with no eyes.
It's not the coolest looking thing. I think honestly,
it's pretty goofy looking. It's very rounded for a scary monster.
Yeah, it's rotund.
Yes.
I think that its face and its little heat sensors are cool.
Yeah.
I think that it sounds.
I think it's a cool puppet.
I think that it sounds scary. Yeah, when its little heat sensors go up, and you see its little like heat flesher guys. Yeah. It's pretty creepy.
Whenever they move their legs, though, they turn into horrible, rubbery, fucking Toy Story monsters.
Yeah, no, their legs and bodies are pretty good. I think the head is solid.
Yeah,
they got it's pretty similar to the graboid head, but it's kind of more
pretty much the same thing.
More angular. It's like little jowl things are bigger.
Yeah.
And then I think the heat sensor is pretty boss. I think the sound of their roars.
Little baby tails.
They got little baby tails. I think the sound of their roar is pretty good. Like it is very screechy.
Yeah, they're called shriekers, and I kind of hate that name. I'm not really a big fan of the name graboid either, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
I've always thought they're both really awkward.
Yeah, no. I mean, for me, it fits within the kind of the cheesiness of the thing. But like, I always, when I was a kid, I always called the worms Tremors.
Yeah, that's a better name for him.
Yeah, it is. But that's what I always did. But yeah, we get introduced to this one. It runs up on Grady and Earl in a really PS2 ass.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. It is like the shape of the legs don't look like. It looks like a toy rubber dinosaur.
Yeah,
like the legs.
They're pretty goofy. They're very fleshy too.
Whenever they have to significantly move, they turn it into awful CG, and it's just it's like it's poorly aged. The reflections. I don't necessarily know if I want to blame because it definitely looked bad for then too.
Yeah,
especially
it looks like this is post
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And it's a made-for-TV movie, but it's a thing where it's like, I don't know. It's like I said, there isn't a whole lot of it. Also, even though it's bad CG, like it doesn't look real, you can still it's not like it's unreadable as far as like what we're supposed to buy. Like as far as like, at one point there's a CG shot of a bunch of them like making like a ladder basically of themselves trying to get on top of a roof, and like it's still a threat. It's like, oh no, them CG monsters are gonna get you.
No.
It's like I don't know.
Get you, and then CGI blood will happen.
But
no. This also has, for me, the scariest scene in the movie. It really caught me off guard. The scientist lady, Kate.
Oh yeah.
she's
talking
like,
to Julio.
Yeah, she's just talking to Julio. He's like, something's going on. He's like talking to her through a window, and then all of a sudden he's like, ah, and he like grabs her
mid sentence.
He
gets got. Yeah.
And then she like looks down, and this thing's like eating him from the feet up.
It's literally just eating him at his fucking knees, and it's pretty graphic too.
Terror and confusion she must be feeling.
Yeah. And there's a little moment too where like she grabs like I think a screwdriver or something from the counter, and she's like hiding in the corner, like, oh, this is like fucked. Like this is a little. It was giving Jurassic Park 1 vibes for me, that part.
Yeah, like that kind of like, oh, we're going that scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as like, no, there's definitely like the tension from this point on is definitely built a lot better. Just as far as like we don't have the tools to fight this creature. We don't know a lot about this creature. It's good shit. And then there's a couple of we run back into Bert. There's this time when I was watching this, when Bert is doing his little video log like in his truck and it's nighttime, I was looking out his window. This is big TV shit, I think. It was like watching this on a big TV. I was looking out the window. I'm like, is there going to be a shrieker outside?
Yeah.
That's going to scare him.
Yeah, there's a few shots random like later on where you can just kind of see him in the background, kind of milling around. It just looks like shit.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, but what's it called? We get Bert back. He's driving back in his truck. Oh, they didn't get him.
He slaughters like fucking 500 of the things
off screen.
Yeah.
So we didn't have the budget
I ran out of ammunition.
You can buy the Tremors.
That's never happened before.
The Tremors comic. I'm all out of ammo.
That's exactly how he says it.
Yeah, he's all in shock. He didn't have the right tools he was prepared for the right. That's really what it is.
He's always overkill, always over prepared, and now he doesn't know what's going on.
Exactly. His truck gets all fucked up, but he did capture one of them alive. One of the little SOBs was stunned, so I detained him. And I like when he smacks with his hat.
God, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah, Earl's so fucking awesome. Earl was always my favorite character.
Yeah.
He's just funny. But anywho,
then we get a cool scene where the thing's in the cage and they're all just kind of standing around speculating on the rules of this new monster.
Exactly, just like okay,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's a little dissected. We learn a bit about it. They're also still not safe in this scene. Like at a certain point when they learn mainly how it reproduces, how it barfs babies.
Yeah.
After it eats enough.
It's funny. It does that, and she's like, Kate gets this like wild look in her eyes, and she goes, hermaphrodites.
That's not what that means, Kate, but okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, that's not what that means. She's like, they reproduce without needing to mate. And it's like, that's not what that means.
It's more like it's asexual reproduction, Kate. I thought you were a fucking scientist. Yeah. You know what? She's a geologist. Her and Randy Marsh have the same job.
She's a playmate.
She was a playmate.
That's true. She was.
To get herself through college. Oh, yeah, which, talking about setup and build up.
Lamest movie-ass fucking set up and payoff.
Yeah.
I can't help but respect it though. It's so out there.
It's so crazy.
You can explain that.
Oh yeah, you can explain it now. So basically, at the beginning of the movie, when we're first in Earl's, wait a minute, would that Playboy spread be my product? When we're introduced in Earl's trailer, he's got like a Playboy spread from October 1974 of this woman. What's she doing? She's in downward dog position, basically.
Yeah, she's just bent over.
She's just bent over with her ass out, and Earl's like, that is there to remind me. What does he say? It
not to chase something I can never have, or something like that.
Being like, that's to show me that does not be chasing. Yeah, exactly, something I can't ever have. And then it turns out that she was that Playboy model.
The scientist in this movie.
Which I mean, they only established she did modeling and probably did some porn to get through college. Which, hey, I mean,
good for her.
We're in the OnlyFans era like that. No,
I mean, listen,
do what you need to do.
It's just he is out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and who does he come across?
but only the woman he has a picture of on his wall.
The one he referenced earlier.
And probably jacks off to.
Yeah, the Playboy from a calendar from 10 years before. Or 20 years before.
Yeah. Fucking
insane.
The craziness. It all pays off in the end. But yeah, no, so we get this scene where they learn about the heat sensor. They watch reproduce, and like I said, solid goopy effects here. You know, this thing it barfs this thing, and it just looks like
gross.
A big flesh ball, and it's coming out. You know, it's like real. Add some moisture to something, it adds a lot of realism. You know what I mean?
There's a question: are the Shriekers scarier than the Graboids?
No.
All it is just a new thing that, like, now we have new rules that we need to learn. That's the scary part.
If you have regular guns, they're pretty easy to kill.
Yeah, my favorite shot in the movie. Bert has his big anti-material rifle.
He has because his whole thing was like I wanted a gun that could strong enough to get through dirt.
And they make one of these Shrieker props just to fucking blow it up.
Yeah, they blow the fuck out of it.
And
I like how I
had to rewind it to watch it again. It was so fun. It blows in half.
the window near where Bert shoots shatters.
There's like a shockwave when he shoots the gun. It's fucking awesome.
They follow the path of the bullet, and it goes through.
Yeah,
it went through
like a concrete wall, through a full barrel of oil. Through like some rocks and shit, and it killed their engine.
Just like by happening. If that's not
that's when I was like, I think this movie's starting to win me back.
That's a nat one right there.
Yeah,
that's what I was like, that is a shitty roll if I've ever seen one.
He fucked up their transport just because he wanted to blow up this one monster.
Yeah. But what's it called? Brain. But yeah, no, it's a great shot, and that definitely one that I remember just as far as like a quintessential Earl moment. That's his like special move in the game. I don't know, like there's a wide range of like, depending on how much money you want to put into it, what would the Tremors game look like? Yeah. I think the most fun version of the Tremors game is like a top-down. You know, like a top-down kind of shooter where, like, the right stick is just where you're shooting.
Yeah.
Type deal. I think that's the most fun version of the Tremors game.
Yeah, where there's just hundreds of these little things.
Of these, like, Shrieker. Or it's actually, you just have to fight multiple enemy types. More Shriekers break in, and we kind of get a little scene. We get a smart little scene from Earl where he, like, pours boiling water over his shirt to distract the Shriekers because they see heat. Another thing, too, is the fact that, like, the Shriekers are, like, they're way dumber in the sense that like they literally only
they're really stupid.
They can't hear. They can't hear.
These monsters have very, very hard limits. Yeah. Like they are kind of underpowered. Yeah. Like Graboids are already kind of underpowered. Like all you really need to do is like get on top of something.
Yeah.
But these things are like they can't. They're blind and deaf. Like they can perceive heat around them.
They're easy to shoot.
They hide behind these things with a fucking door
because they're big lizard bug ball things.
Yeah, they outsmart it just by hiding behind a door and like walking in front of them. So just like do that forever and you're fine.
I think I think one of the main points of danger with Shriekers is how fast they multiply. Because I think the design philosophy with them is like, you know, like you don't want to be surrounded by a group. A few of them take out easy. Yeah. But if you're surrounded by a group, you can get overwhelmed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I think is the design.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, they're just not as inherently they're not as scary. Also the fact that like, you know, the Graboid, it's under the ground, you don't know where it is. You know, there's just like a lot.
It's big and
yeah, there's a lot.
You can't see it all the time, so it's up to the imagination.
Yeah, it's just like inherently a scarier monster. These things are definitely
you can see these things.
More of a Sci-Fi Channel monster.
Absolutely, especially the CGI ones.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, we're stranded on the roof again for a bit. Bert is in like a little bulldozer claw. Yeah. And he looks really uncomfortable.
See, that's another scene that I was like, oh my god, I've seen this.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And being
when did I see this?
There's a good little bit where like one of the Shriekers puts its weird tongue over in there, and Bert's about to stab it. You know, a fun little moment there.
A little tense moment.
Yep. But they decide to wait, and then the Shriekers start making a ladder to get up to them.
It looks horrible. It's super goofy looking.
Yep.
They're like, God damn, these things are smart, and they like make like they're like just jumping on each other's backs.
Yep. They end up locking all the Shriekers into like a big warehouse, thinking that they got
using that fire extinguisher method.
Well, they use the fire extinguisher method to get into the warehouse.
Oh, right.
In a minute, because they lock all the Shriekers in a warehouse, but unbeknownst to them, the warehouse is full of food.
Which is what helps them multiply.
Because basically when they eat, they pretty much they eat a bit. I don't know. They don't say it a fullness,
All
but
Bert's MREs.
All of Bert's MREs are in there. It's gonna go nutty, but also Bert's truck with all the explosives is in there. So this is when they have the fire extinguisher plan, which this fire extinguisher thing comes back later in later movies too. But they shoot. They're gonna shoot someone with a fire extinguisher. They're gonna go into the warehouse and they're gonna set off some bombs in Bert's truck to blow up the Shriekers. And there's a stupid Grady, the whole rock paper scissors. And then
he doesn't know how to. Yeah, he doesn't know how to play it.
Nope, rock rips through paper. I'll win.
Yep.
Because Grady's so dumb, and then Earl gets sprayed. He goes in, and then Grady's like, "Paper covers rock, doesn't it?" Damn. But yeah, so we it's a fun little bit of it's. I'm gonna say right now, Alien Romulus stole this from Tremors 2. The whole like. Matching body match the room, match the body heat so that the facehuggers couldn't see them. Fucking same shit.
They stole that from Tremors 2.
Exactly.
How dare they?
How dare you, Fede Alvarez? But yeah, what's it called?
That movie, the rest of Alien Romulus is 100% original. So like
nothing else from any other movie happens.
There's no other reference to any other movie in that movie, so it's so weird and out of place.
I'm so excited for Tremors 4 when we get a graboid human clone, like a graboid human.
Yeah.
Fucking manifestation. Yeah.
That I'll bring it back, dude.
What's that?
I'll bring the series back.
Oh, I wish. Okay.
Fede Alvarez's
AI is okay. AI is
Tremors.
evil. AI is evil, 100%.
Yep.
But if I could like write into like an AI like video render or something, make me an Aliens movie with the cast of Tremors. Like literally just swap the settings and just to see what happens. I would pay big bucks for that.
That'd be sick.
Like fucking Val's over there getting a chest burster and shit. Like
like an asteroid lands in perfection.
Can you imagine like Bert fighting an alien queen? No, it's like Bert is like being driven in the back of a pickup truck, like shooting a machine gun at an alien queen chasing them. Like through the desert. Like,
yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah. I can't get better than that. Like they could just stop making movies after that.
This thing's got acid for blood. That shit burns.
Earl would weaponize the acid blood. He'd find a way.
Yeah.
Actually, Earl would make like fucking xenomorph armor or something. like acid. He'd make like a xenomorph acid proof armor. Or sorry, wait. Actually, the actual best way you could put Earl into that franchise is have Bert. I get these characters all too many sounds.
Yeah, it's what they're all. Yeah, just redneck names.
Redneck. Lawrence Fishburne's character from Predators, just swap that out with Burt Gummer.
Yeah.
I'm the one you don't fuck with.
That's actually, I think you're onto something with that.
He still have his Atlanta Hawks hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fucking so he goes in, he throws the bomb in the truck, and Bert's like, which ones you put in? He's like, I know, I just threw it into the truck. He's like, you what?
Because the whole thing is Bert's overprepared and he packs way too much explosives through the entire movie.
He's got a sand. And what I remember as a kid, like I really like this little buildup of like Bert's like, go,
keep going.
Like Bert knows
you're not safe there. Keep running.
Like they think they're far away. Like no, it's got to be big. And I remember as a kid thinking like, well, how big is this fucking explosion gonna be?
And it's really not that big.
What are you talking about, dude? It's a pretty fucking big explosion.
There's no fire,
It eviscerates that building.
Yeah, that's true. It's a miniature though.
It turns it into wood chips, homie.
You're right. It does destroy the building. I think I saw it and I was like, that's a miniature. That looks like a miniature. They got blown up with a firework, maybe, or like with a little dynamite.
I thought that it was a cool explosion.
Okay, maybe I need to rewatch.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Not as cool as like I'm a big fan of like impressive.
They big it up so much beforehand.
You think they just overhyped it?
I thought that it was gonna be a massive fireball, but it's just like the building explodes, and then later, like the big comedy shot at the end is there's just a massive crater where the
building used to be.
Refinery used to be. And it's like that doesn't match up.
You know, the oil company would be pretty pissed, I think, from this because they fucking blew up there.
They wouldn't pay.
Actually, wait, Grady mentions that. Grady's like, "Oh yeah, we did kind of blow up their refinery, though."
Yeah, and they're like, "Yeah, they're fine. Whatever, fuck it."
Yeah, and
it's like the whole reason they're here is because they want to protect their refinery, whatever.
Come on, Earl. Maybe this could be your big third chance. Yeah, and that's Tremors 2 Aftershocks, and you know what? It's fun. It's not as good as the first. It's definitely like, hey, did you like the first Tremors? Here's some more Tremors. It's not.
Yeah, you want some more? There you go.
It's not as good. It's
day old.
It's like Tremors 1 was like a really nice meal that was just freshly prepared for you, and Tremors 2 is like it's getting towards the end of the night. Like, yeah, here's what we have. Like, you know, it's been out for a few.
You still hungry? You want some more?
It's been out for a few hours. You know, we put it in the microwave for you for for a minute.
It's there.
You know,
it's there.
It's still
I'd say it's worth a watch. Fuck it.
It's still tasty. Yeah, no. I think, like I said, I think that most of the comedy still works for me. I think the characters are fun. The returning characters like Earl and Bert, I think, are having a good time. Some of the new characters. Really, the only new characters that matter are Kate and Grady, and like, I don't know. Grady works for me more than he doesn't. He is definitely written annoying.
Yeah,
like if I knew this guy in real life, he would just piss me the fuck off. But like, and definitely is his most. But I don't know. There are a few. I like when he screams at the shrieker, like he yells up at him and he's like, ah! And and the practical effects that are here are good.
Yeah, the puppets are good.
That twist in the middle, basically, when it turns into like it takes a pretty hard shift into horror, I think works really well.
Yeah, that's when the movie grabbed my attention again.
Yeah, but yeah, no, definitely, you know, like a good companion to the first. Yeah, it's definitely. I think it will like if you watch the first one, you like it, and you just want some more. I think this will be a good second helping. And then we'll see about 3 and 4. I haven't seen 4 in extra long.
Okay.
I think I put 3 on in the background one day, like in the kitchen or whatever, and I don't. Well, it'll be interesting. we'll see. I'm most curious to talk about. You seem to be most interested in 4, the whole fact that it is a Western. I haven't seen that in a long time.
I just know it's gonna suck.
Yeah. So that's our review of Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Worth checking out. Prop time. So I want to let you go first.
Okay.
I'm going.
So every time you see one of these shriekers and it's not moving its legs, it's just like a stupid like puppet that is just kind of standing there with very static legs. I want one of those.
You just want a big shrieker?
Yeah, just because it just stands there.
It is true. Yeah, no,
it's funny looking.
We never see a practical one like walk.
No. It would have gone like stiff legged like.
It'd be like Ed 209.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't look very good.
Yeah. So you want a shrieker? That's cool. I was between the
taxidermied graboid head.
The graboid head and the graboid. We didn't mention the graboid arcade game. From that
Earl never made any money off of.
Earl never made any money off of, but he's got a machine in his house and in his thing, and it's like, man, I bet that game would suck. Like the arcade game.
I bet it did. Yeah, it looks like it sucks. Just by the cabinet, it looks like it's ass.
Yeah, actually, you know, I think if I could just have that cabinet, like but then put in like a fucking Raspberry Pi, like just. Like multiple arcade game thing in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And just play other games. I think that'd be cool. So actually, that is going to be my final pick, the Graboid arcade machine.
Interesting.
I was going to say between that Or
Yeah, I saw the graboid head and I was like, that's LC's prop.
yeah, the graboid head is pretty cool, but it's so big.
Well, yeah,
like where you,
but this is a world where you have like a fucking mansion full of props.
a mansion. Yeah, I just have the warehouse full of props. I'm gonna stick with the arcade machine. I think that'd be the most.
That would be the most fun. Yeah,
that'd be the most fun. But yeah, it's Tremors 2 Aftershocks. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna come back and talk about Tremors 3 and 4. The original saga, I'd say the original 4.
We're on a downward slope.
We're not gonna go back. We're not gonna go back to Tremors. I want to show you this real quick. We're not gonna go back to 5 through 6 because it's not worth it. So, fun fact: in 2018, they shot a pilot for a new Tremors show where Kevin Bacon came back.
What?
Yep, Val came back. We know that's not it. It's on-air Tremors pilot. Yeah, Tremors season 1. I'm going to show you this just with the sound off. But can you see, Joseph?
No, I was able to see, but now I can't. There it is.
Okay, just showing Joseph. People at home for audio medium is not good, but yeah, they returned to Perfection Valley. I'm just showing Joseph the trailer. There's Kevin Bacon. Like they shot.
Yeah, it looks cheap.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they shot one episode. They shot a pilot, and
Perfection is like populated again.
Yeah, it looks like a gritty reboot. You know what I mean? Just
kinda. It looks like it's trying to be.
Yeah.
God, it looks really bad. The lighting is all really cheap and.
Even Sci-Fi Channel didn't want it.
Yeah, no, I can see why.
Yeah.
It does. It looks like a shitty Sci-Fi Channel movie.
Yeah, folks at home, if you want to check out that trailer, Tremors Season 1 official trailer, you can find it on YouTube.
God.
Yeah.
It's just It's a franchise that just keeps getting kicked while it's down, man.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, just kind of a way to cap this off, do you think that this franchise has any kind of reboot potential, or like do you think anybody could you make Tremors today? Quote unquote?
I think there's only so much you can do with this concept.
Yeah.
Because at its core, it's about the worms, right? Like.
Yeah.
So it's like
everyone loves the worms.
Yeah, it's like part of what made Tremors so interesting to me. It's like Predator, where it's like a large portion of the movie is like them just trying to figure out what the fuck this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And now we all know what a graboid is and have for fucking 30 years, 40 years.
And there isn't as
I don't know.
The origin.
I think it's fine to leave it dead.
Yeah, I think it's very of its decade. It's very of its time.
Yeah.
It's very, very 90s.
Yeah.
It's very like revival monster horror. Yeah, like it's I don't know, but it's one I always go back to. But I'm excited to talk about 3 and 4 with you. Folks at home, hope you enjoyed this episode. This is a long one. Lots to say about these movies, and I'm excited to revisit 3 and 4. I might try to swallow the pill and watch, because like I don't like every movie, even when it's bad. I want to give it its fair time to try to at least find something I like. Tremors 6, I turned off halfway through, but I'm gonna try to watch 6 and 7. Just so maybe see if there's something redeemable, something that
I will sit through them if you want to cover them. Ooh. I will leave that in your hands.
Wow, that's too much responsibility. I don't want to put you through that.
Hey man, if it's ass, I trust your judgment.
I don't want to put
to not do it.
I don't want to put you through hell. But I don't know. I think it's worth talking about the first 4. But yeah, folks at home, this has been Midnight Movie Gang. Check us out at www.midnightmoviegang.com. YouTube, same deal. Hopefully you like our little animated reviews. Those have been doing really well lately. I really like making them. I want to try to kind of expand on elements of them and all that. But yeah, just have a nice night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, here we go. With childish frustrations and complexes which the police are searching for James Thomas, believed to be the lover of Miss Williams, and her partner in the horrible murder of Walter Grant, everybody, and I hear them all go. Oh, please tell me where they've gone. Please tell me. Sorry, I don't know. How long is it? Myron, how long could I got in here? 3 tickets to Albany on 6 o'clock train tonight. What do you think? Special agent.